You're also not as good looking as him, just saying.
Well,
Oh,
did you see the pictures of me in Vegas at 25
sheesh.
years old?
I really
Come
rather
on.
not.
And I guess he was and he was wearing the same shirt when he was
Same.
25.
Yes.
It was a different material back then.
By the way, you know what he wore to the pub crawl? He wore jorts. He wore
Oh, hey,
jorts.
hey, actually, there's one David Puja's caddy, Alberto
He's
Sanchez.
Alberto.
awesome,
He's got
Sanchez.
he's got a pair of jorts, and I was like,
Yeah,
you
but
know
the
what?
difference is Alberto can carry it and Jerry
I've
can't.
I've
There's a
rocked the
very
town.
distinct.
These were designer
Damn.
jorts from Temu that cost like $3.
Welcome to another episode of Fairway to Heaven. This is a Live Golf podcast. Thank you so much for joining us and choosing us as your podcast. Again, I don't know why you just constantly choose pain. It's always pain. You got to be a sucker for pain to be listening to this podcast. My name is Sue and Heng, and with me, of course, is my brother from another mother from many, many years ago, is Jerry Foltz.
From a much older mother. Yes,
A
indeed.
much older mother.
Yes. But the pain is eased when they watch because they get to see your smiling face.
Oh my goodness. What is going on? What drugs are you on this morning? Like you're being
It's not
so
morning.
nice. Well,
I
evening
know.
for you.
That'll change. That will change.
I'm almost uncomfortable that you're being nice. It's like I don't know. I don't know what to do.
All right, I'll just be a dick. No, I think it's being in Michigan, my happy place in the summer.
That's right. You're in Michigan. I'm back in Singapore. Just got in last night. So yes, I'm gonna save everybody the whinging. All good. I'm feeling great. I've had a cup of coffee. I'm ready to rock and roll this episode of Fairway to Heaven.
So by saying you're saving the whinging, everybody wants to know why you would whinge, which means you're tired as hell because you just got off an airplane.
I did. I am tired as hell. I just spent 3 days of just watching phenomenal golf in the hot sun and then got drenched on Sunday. And then had to basically come home on time to get back for Casey, my son's fourth birthday. Casey turns 4. Yeah. Yeah. We had a really nice dinner, some cake.
Oh, he was 4
presents.
Yesterday, your time?
Yes, but for your time.
Oh, cool.
To get
That's
the
awesome.
great thing about being Singaporean and American is you get 2 birthdays.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. He says hi. He says hi, Uncle Knucklehead, by the way.
Perfect. Listen.
All right. Speaking of last week, that was pretty darn fun. One of the many events that I'm thankful I'm on the golf course. I'm gonna keep rubbing it in, putting salt in your wound. But it's just one of those weeks that wow, we had 40,000 plus spectators that came to the Grove. The party hole was so much fun. What else happened? I mean, we had Luke Combs in the Pro-Am. We had Jason Aldean turn up on the party hole. A ton of football players from the Titans. So much happened. I mean, let's talk about the golf though.
No. You're missing the best part of it all. What was it, Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday evening.
Right.
Our entire broadcast team went, except for Faraday, who hadn't gotten to town yet, and he wouldn't have gone anyway. Went into town onto Broadway Street, the main tourist trap.
Yeah.
And had an awesome time.
Maybe too awesome, but I don't know if there is any such thing as too awesome, to be honest.
Well, young Mr. Crosby from our pre-round show, Club 54, Christian Crosby, has bragged about being able to keep up with the pros being myself and Dom. Huge mistake. You guys got there before we did. Understood you guys checking out early, but I'm like, I'm not going anywhere, and he decided to hang. And he did it well. He did it very well, but he felt it the next day like a rookie would do.
I was gonna say you guys paid the price for it on Wednesday.
He did.
When we had to get up at like 7 a.m. for our podcast recording.
That's right.
Yeah, that was so much fun. I tell you what, the music in
Oh
Nashville.
my God.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. It was
Yeah.
so much fun. And then on Wednesday, we had the welcome party, which you didn't make it because I'm pretty sure you were hurting.
No. I had an engagement.
Oh yeah, right. With your super fans. I'm sure
Super
they're
fans.
listening to this.
Yes.
So hi to John and
Kristen and
Kristen, right?
John.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
But yeah, it was Jason Aldean's bar was pretty fun. It was set up. It was one of the most crowded welcome parties we've had. And the funny thing is, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this on air, but you know, the band that was in Morgan Wallen's bar when we were at the
Yes.
top deck
Yeah.
throwing crunched up dollar bills into their little
Well,
bin.
unfortunately, it was more than just dollar bills, but yes.
Well, the ones you gave me were dollar bills.
I
Anyways,
wasn't sure about your aim.
you gave like a $20 bill because you were hammered. Anyway, so fast forward, I'm at the rehearsals for the welcome party, and obviously the band has to be, you know, rehearse as well. And I looked at the guy and look, by the time I got to Morgan Wallen's bar, when I taste tequila. Anyway, I realized I was like, this guy looks so familiar. Like, I'm like, I think they were the band from last night. So I walked up to the guitarist. I'm like, hey, just wondering, like, where were you guys performing last night? It's like, oh, we're at Morgan Wallen's. I'm like, no shit. I'm like, we were the assholes on the second deck throwing money into your bin. He goes, oh my God, we fucking loved you guys. And like, gave me a high five and was so like, he was like,
That's so
dude,
cool.
we loved it. It was so awesome. And then they performed at the welcome party as well. But it was a
They were great.
phenomenal environment. We had like, I think a company that came to like create like bandanas with like your name stitched on it, like very Nashville. Great food, Southern food. And that whole bar was pumping. It was so much fun. And then Bryson came up and the welcome party with his US Open trophy up on stage with myself and my co-host on stage. And we had to interview him. He ended up taking the trophy, going off the stage and running around the entire room for people to touch the trophy.
So cool. So
It's
cool.
so cool. It was so cool.
And he
It's
went,
just so much fun.
if I'm not mistaken, granted, I saw this Wednesday night when I might have not been with you, but might have had a few. I saw social of him walking on Broadway with the trophy for just
Yes.
randos to touch the trophy.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
He's on
awesome.
a quest. He's on a quest to get as many people to touch that trophy possible. And obviously that's part of aside from obviously his phenomenal performance at the US Open, to his phenomenal performance last week. I mean, it's something that he's just a people's champ, you know? He really is. And he's really embracing that role. And, you know, it's such a great point you pointed out with Phil last week. He is the modern day Phil Mickelson, you know? Everyone
Very much.
loves him.
Well, Phil just, we, I don't remember what it was, but we asked him, oh yeah, we asked him about Bryson. I'm like, you just described yourself. He really did.
Yeah.
And
A right-handed version.
right-handed. Well, Phil is right-handed.
Yeah.
But yes, a more modern version. Not that Phil's over the hill. He is 54 now. But if anybody thinks he still can't win, they're nuts. But my point is, yes, that is what endeared Phil to that's what made Phil Phil. Not only the kind of swashbuckling manner in which he plays golf, it was the way he brought the fans inside the ropes. Whether it was the little thumbs up here and there. Winning 40, not 50 events doesn't hurt, but he always did the things that the fans wanted to see. And Bryson's taking that to the entire next level in an age of social media as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. And there's a lot of other stars in the game who haven't or don't do that. And you can't blame them. They're golfers. Their job is keeping their eye on the ball. They're, on the task at hand. But it's really refreshing every once in a while when one of them does. And of course, it all goes back to I can't, well, I mean, before Arnold Palmer is the root of it all, everybody thinks, but before that, there were a couple of others, and only golf historians and really, really like your granddad's granddad would know Jimmy Demerit and Walter Hagen. They were showmen too.
Let's be honest, like everything he had to do leading up to playing last week, he had so much to do. I mean, he was at the Tonight Show, he was at Today Show, he was at, as Verity said, the Tomorrow Show, he was on every possible show. And then he comes out and he's in the final group on a Sunday, right after he wins at the US Open. I mean, when I interviewed Greg, I think this was on Friday, he said this, people don't know how much it really takes out of you when you win a major championship, in a good way, obviously, but
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
obviously not many people know that.
yeah, not many, not many experience it, right?
Yeah.
But just like the emotional side, the physical side, and then he was out signing autographs till like 10:45 at Pinehurst, and then hopping on a plane and doing all the things that he did, then coming to live, and he had to do a whole bunch of stuff too when he arrived in Nashville, and then having to go play in the heat and having everyone come up to him and congratulate him. And then I followed him on Friday, and literally every hole, everyone's screaming his
Every
name
hole.
and wanting to high five him. And he's high fiving everybody. He's fist pumping everybody. He's giving everyone as much attention possible while trying to win a golf tournament. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's nuts to me. It's nuts
It's
to me.
absolutely nuts.
Um,
And then Friday night, when you think he's gonna crash, was it Friday night? Yeah, Friday night. You think he's gonna crash. Keith, our producer, and I went out to dinner with a friend who lives in Nashville, who's also a golf commentator, Ned Michaels. And he picked his favorite place. He lives in Franklin. He picked his favorite place to go, and it's a restaurant and a hotel. Turns out it's a player's hotel. He didn't know that. And then at 9:30, I see Bryson come downstairs to say hi to some of our executives and sit down and have a chat with them. I'm like, why are you not asleep? How the hell are you doing this?
and by the way, he was practicing after the round of golf on Friday and on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Nuts.
Practicing. He's on the range hitting golf balls. Mind you, it's 101 degrees out there. It's hot. It's been a long day, and he told me on Friday he's a zombie, right?
Yeah.
But he still goes out there and he sticks with his routine, which is always after the round of golf, same as Cam. They go and hit a whole bag of balls. I think they're trying to groove something in or trying to just get a feel of it, or work on something, but it's just phenomenal. All right, anyways, someone else that played pretty fucking good is Tyrrell Hatton.
Amazing that you cussed when introducing Tyrrell Hatton. I love it.
I had to. And someone wrote on YouTube, because I guess we're all being very respectful in the previous episode, but everyone's like, oh, I missed a cursing. So
See, that's what's funny. You read those YouTube comments. I never have looked. I don't know where to find them. I don't ever care to. But I remember when we first started, you said people were, giving a shit because we were cussing a little bit.
well,
But at the
specifically
same
me,
time,
because apparently
you-
classy women don't swear.
they don't.
No, I'm a different classy type of woman.
Somebody has to catch that joke. Yeah. But it was funny because my friends were texting me when they watched the episode or heard the episode. I am here for Sue Ann saying fuck. That's what brings me into this show. So my son, who is my barometer, says that it's a podcast. It doesn't have to be perfect. People are themselves. That's what brings people in. So
Yes, and
that to me is
exactly. I am
yeah.
myself unapologetically. Yeah.
A big
there you
word
go.
for you.
Yeah,
Big
it is a
word.
big word for me.
Big
yeah.
word. Yeah.
But yes, he
Is there-
won. He beat Horsfield, Sam, which by the way, good for him that he played a great week. He had a great week. But he
Hugely
beat
good for Sam.
Tyrrell beat Sam by 6.
Yes. And the next best
and
by
he-
7.
Yeah, Neiman, Westy also great that he's had another good week. Rom, Bryson, Tyrrell beat those guys by 7.
Yeah.
Those are some pretty big names. Anyways, that brought Tyrrell all the way up to the 3rd in our individual standings.
Yeah. Heading into the final round, and I'm sure it got even better in the final round. He was 5th in long approach, 2nd in short approach. Two of the things that, from an analytics standpoint, were hugely important there. He was 6th in around the green and 1st in putting, and nobody putted. Nobody did anything better on Sunday besides him. That's an ass whooping. I mean, absolute ass whooping. And the only way he wasn't going to win on Sunday was if he started missing fairways, and the fairways are the size of, Michigan. So nobody really had a chance. We tried painting the drama, but literally, I don't think starting that day anybody had a chance to catch him with only a 3-shot lead at the time, with how hot his putter
Yeah,
was.
I mean, Rahm came out pretty hot. I think
Yeah.
after the first 4 holes, we all thought, here we go.
Yeah.
Rahm's gonna make it happen. He birdied his 3 out of his first 4 holes. And then the unfortunate hole on the 6th happened where he made a double bogey. Then he bounced back with a birdie on 7 and played pretty solid from then on out. Yeah, Tyrrell just, I said this on the broadcast when I was following him on Saturday. His worst finish right up to last week was a tie 21st. Other than that, he's been inside the top 20, basically.
And he moves up to 3rd with only, what do we have, 4 individual points gaining competitions left, 3rd in that season-long competition. Now, if Waco goes out and wins one more, because he just keeps finishing top 5 every week, it seems like. It could be a done deal by the time we get to Chicago. But if
I know,
it'll be really interesting because there's a whole lot of dollars at stake when we get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Every week we are honored to have a very special guest, and this week is no different. I'm really excited for this week. We've been really looking forward to talking to this particular player. He's one of the most talented human beings on this planet, one of the nicest human beings on this planet. He won once on the PGA Tour. He is now a member of RangeGoats GC. Please let him in, Matthew Wolff. Wolffie, where are you at right now?
I'm in Jupiter. I'm at my house right now. Yeah, just chilling. I was about to say, Jerry, I like your shirt, dude. It looks like you're going bowling. You're in a bowling league, aren't you?
It does. It says Wolff's Meatpacking on back. This shirt was bought specifically for our pub crawl, the broadcast team's pub crawl in Memphis last Tuesday night. I bought this specifically for that. And
Wow.
I actually like it so much that I decided to wear it to drive Sue Ann crazy.
Wolffie, by the way, I love that you said that because this is the 2nd week in a row that he's got a bowling shirt on, because last week he wore one that was hideous. It was terrible.
Hideous.
And it looked like he just came out of like a bowling alley, like
maybe that needs to be your thing. Maybe that needs to be your thing.
So.
Maybe like from now on, you just got to find a shirt every single week and just. I don't know.
Don't encourage him, Wolffie.
When you get to my age, Wolffie, you wear white tennis shoes with ankle or calf length black socks and shorts that don't match and an untucked bowling shirt. That's what you do. That's how it goes. You got a long way to go.
I do.
Oh my goodness. How fun was last week for you, Matt? Because the atmosphere was great. Nashville, obviously, it's a music city. How much did you enjoy last week?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, honestly, like we were talking about it all week. Like every group that I was in, I was like, man, these fans are awesome. Like even on parts of the golf course where sometimes like the Club 54, like the tents aren't, like the fans, like they were there, like they were really following groups, like, and they were all like rowdy but respectful, like making sure everyone was quiet during the shots and stuff, and like chirping a little bit, but it was cool. I mean, the support was great, and got to play with some cool people in the pro-am too, so that was a really cool time.
Like who?
I played with Chris Lane, Michael Waltrip.
Michael Waltrip?
Yeah.
Now you're talking my shit right there. Hell yeah. I wish I'd have known that. I would have come out and like begged for an autograph.
Yeah. He was cool. Yeah, really cool. And then CJ Uzoma, he just had a baby actually. He's a tight end. He just got traded to Philly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was massive, like 6'6", 6'7", like 270. It was wild.
Wow.
But it was cool.
Wow.
It was cool.
I was driving around the day of the Pro-Am and I saw a whole bunch of NFL players, and I'm just like, oh my God, they're like so tall. And I'm like, those guys are running. If they're running towards me, I think I would just wave the white flag, just be like, okay, good, I'm good. Like,
It's
like
ridiculous.
it's ridiculous how tall and built they are, and they're running at full speed. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
How do
it
you
just
know
scares
they
me
were
to think.
NFL players in the pro am? I mean, how did you know? Seriously,
You can
just because
kind of
their
just
size?
tell. You get, well, no, you can
Could
kind
just
of
be a
just
big guy who loves golf.
you can just
They do love golf. I will say all those guys, they love golf. Like he just started, like he said, I think I heard him say this was like his second 18 holes he's ever played or something like that. So he's really, really new,
Wow.
but he's like already got the bug. He tells me, he's like, dude, I love it. And I just want to play all the time and stuff. So it was
That's so
cool.
cool.
It was cool to like see them. And I try to give him a little bit of help, but I mean, he's new. So, you know, it was a little rough for him, but we had a great time.
What was your walk-on song, by the way?
That's what I want to know.
It's Live Your Life, by, Rihanna and T.I., I think.
Oh
or
yeah,
Rihanna.
yeah.
But I don't know. I'm like, I've had that one since the beginning. I kind of chose it because I was like, you know, like it kind of shows, or like the lyrics are more just like, you know, live your life, like do what you want to do. I thought it was a cool song and stuff, but I don't know. I'm thinking about changing it. I'm not sure though. I don't really have anything in mind. I want to like mix things up.
Well, what is your, I mean, that kind of brings up an important question. What is your life mantra? I mean, is it, I know it's music lyrics and that sounds corny, but where are you in terms of what's important to you?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably a big reason why I chose it. It was just like, you know, it was just something that you kind of just like live your life. Like, don't worry about other people. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing or what they're saying and stuff. And just kind of, you know, do your thing and, you know, go have fun and enjoy it. Cause, you know,
That's not easy.
I
That's
live a
not
sick
easy.
life.
Yeah, but that's not easy to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. No, I know. A lot of people think it is, but it is hard at times. But
Yeah.
I've learned to, I think I've grown a little bit too. I mean, I feel like I'm still so young, but I've been out here for 5 years now. And I think in those 5 years, I've learned a lot, like not, you know, live, but pro golf in general. And
Yeah.
you learn so much, like ups and downs and stuff. Like I was a hothead. I probably still am a hothead, to be honest, but like,
Well,
you know,
fucking
you
Hothead just won last week by 6.
Yeah, his quote was hilarious at the US Open when he
Yeah.
said
Oh my
that.
God.
He was like,
Yes,
he
that
was like,
was the
I
best.
know. He was like, I can't wait for everyone to start losing it this week because now they know how I live every week. So great. So
I
he
know.
played unreal.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Dude, he
Yeah.
lights out. Yeah, congrats to him. He's a cool dude.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
He's a great guy.
outside, yeah,
He's
off
awesome.
the golf course.
Yeah, he's no, even on the golf course, to be fair, like he gets mad and he lets it out.
Nah.
But then he's right after he's done, he's good. Like he's
Yeah.
like you can
Yeah.
have a normal conversation with him, you know, and he's
For
totally
sure.
fine. Yeah.
I
Speaking,
want to ask this gentleman in particular about exactly what you just said. Is that something you have to learn? I mean, every golfer gets pissed off. I've seen you get puffed. Everybody's seen you get pissed off. Is it hard to learn how to do what Terrell does and Rom does to be able to be over it by the next shot?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone has their ways of dealing with it, you know. I think that's what, like, anyone who struggles with, you know, getting frustrated or, you know, angry and stuff, it's just, you got to let it go. You got to just,
Yeah.
you know, or almost like learn to like channel it too. Like, I think like you know, that's what my caddy always tells me, Nick. He's always like, whenever I get pissed, and I'm always like, dude, I don't know why I'm getting pissed. He's like, no, like it's good to rage. Like he's like, all the best ever like have raged. Like if you're the greatest to do something, like you're gonna get frustrated when you don't do it. So it's like, he's like, you know, your expectations are high. It's good. You know, like Rom, Tiger, all those guys, like, you know, they've all raged before. You know, like we've all seen them throw clubs and, you know, like, you know, yell and just like, it is what it is. But, you know, I think you have to like learn to like kind of channel it and like use it as like a strength to get like locked in.
well, you talked about the last 5 years and kind of all the things that you've had to go through, all the things that to learn. What are some of the main things you've learned about yourself in those last 5 years?
Man, I don't know. That's a tough question.
Wow.
That's deep. That's deep.
I'm speechless too, trust me.
No, I think I think the most important thing that I've learned. I mean, I'll think about that, but I think the most important thing that I've learned is like I can have an effect on other people positively without playing good golf. And obviously, like the goal is to always play good golf and stuff, but if you can give your time to sign autographs or like interact with fans and kind of joke with them and laugh with them and stuff and just like kind of give them the time of day. Obviously there's a point and there's some fans out there that just, take it a little too far, but the ones that are just, out there, yelling and have that support and stuff, it's like if you give them the time of day, like their day will be made, and that takes nothing, like, it takes one, wave or something like that on my time and stuff. And it helps me on the golf course a little bit too, because I think it like helps me get out of my own head and like, get out external and be able to like see like, how good I have it and stuff. So, I mean, I also think you just like, I need to, take things a little less lightly. Like I said, when we started, I got a great life. I'm traveling all over the world. Now this team golf is sick. Like Bubba's an awesome captain. Peter's great. Thomas is great. Like we have such great time. And honestly, all the guys on Live, like they're cool. Like, we have a lot of camaraderie out here. So like, it's cool to kind of be able to do those things and see the same faces and, like interact. Like everyone's pretty friendly out here. And that's, it's something to, it's cool.
What are some of the comments you hear from, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why people look up to you for inspiration, look up to you because you're golf. There's a lot of reasons in your very young life and career why people look up to you. What are some of the comments you hear from the fans?
Pretty much, I love your swing. That's it.
Hey, wait. But before you elaborate to that original question, I played in the Q School, the Q School finals, back when they had Q School. You were an embryo. With Jim Furyk. I played a practice round with Jim Furyk, and he has never forgiven me for this, ever, and he never will, and he hates it when I bring it back up. We're playing a practice round, and he obviously went on to 17 wins in a major, and arguably what should be a Hall of Fame career, although he got kind of X'd out this voting cycle. I said, I love playing with you, Jim, because your swing looks just like mine feels.
I didn't take that.
Yeah, he did not take it well.
Did not say that. You did
At
not
the
say that to
time,
him.
he hadn't accomplished anything. I think he'd won one Corn Ferry event in New Haven, Connecticut, and was trying to get his PGA Tour card. The guy's made $200 gazillion now, and I'm a talking head.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he has.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I played with him at the PGA Championship. I think I forgot what year it was. It was the year Colin won at Harding Park. I think it was COVID, like 2020 or 2021 maybe. And it was impressive. Like, oh, what's up, Zeus?
Oh,
Oh, let's see Zeus.
Yeah.
Come on. Get up here. Let's see.
Zeus, come here, buddy.
Come on, Zeus.
He just got back from the walk.
Zeus.
Oh,
Oh, look at that guy.
is he a setter or a retriever?
He's a Great Pyrenees actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we rescued him 4 years ago, I want to say, kind of a COVID dog. But we think he's mixed with a little bit of a golden because he's not quite as big. He only weighs about like 90 pounds. He's still pretty big, but Great Pyrenees are like 110, 120.
Wow.
But yeah, no, he's a chiller for sure. But he's definitely got that golden in him. Yeah. It's cool. We in Miami this year, I got an Airbnb and he came because that's only like hour and a half drive and stuff. It was cool.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's nice to have him there. Yeah, that's definitely a thing about like, coming back from the golf course and stuff. Like he doesn't care. He doesn't know how you play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What was
anyways,
your question, Jerry?
Jim Furyk. We were talking about Jim Furyk.
Oh, what did people tell you in the gallery? Yeah. What do they say they admire about it? Because like I said, there are a lot of levels to where people look up to you.
Yeah. I think like, a lot of them say they like my swing. But I think I try to do as much as I can with fans, signing autographs, like I said, giving them time and stuff. I don't really like to think of myself as like, I just like to think about myself as another person. Obviously I can play really good golf, but I feel like it wasn't too long ago where I was on the other side and not like, pro and stuff. So I know how it feels, I know how it feels to like be, to like watch the pros and stuff. And it's cool. It's cool if you can get a fist bump or an autograph or something like that. But, I mean, my swing and stuff, but yeah, that's why another reason why I try to have a good attitude. It's like I know there's a lot of people out there watching and stuff, kids, teenagers, adults, and everything like that. And if I can make a good example of, how to act and stuff, then you know, it's always a good thing. But I know at times I've slipped up for sure.
To your point of impacting people's lives and helping people's lives and really being, I guess in some ways, a role model to some who might be in the same shoes as you. By the way, mental health is something that's been spoken about for a long time, but probably more recently in the game of golf. Obviously, with the sad news of Grayson Murray. Now, I'm going to openly say that someone like myself have also gone through a stage of pretty intense anxiety, into even some extent, even depression. And so I wanted to kind of hear your side of things and how you went through all that and how did you come out on the other side? And what would you say to people who might be in the same shoes as you or was in the same shoes as you, and what advice would you give them?
Man, that's a deep question. Yeah, no, it's a great question. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's hard. I struggled with it kind of right when I got out on tour. I think honestly, like I think before college, like college golf was more of like I knew I like had the chance to turn pro, but I just didn't really know if it was ever going to become a thing. I always thought of like pros as being like, just so good and stuff. And then, when it kind of became reality, it just, it sunk in, it was just like, a lot of eyeballs, you're always under camera. People are always watching. With that comes a lot of, awesome things though, like the fans and, endorsement deals and all that stuff. And it was awesome. But, yeah, I think it just became a lot. And, I put a lot of pressure on myself. I had a lot of success when I was young. So I think that kind of probably set the expectations really high. I don't really, not to be like, not to brag or anything, but like in junior golf, college golf, I really never played bad. Like it was like, maybe a 1 or 2 like week stretch where I had a bad tournament here and there. And like, no doubt, I definitely had bad tournaments. Like I wouldn't say I ever played bad, but there was never a stretch of golf where I was consistently, shooting bad scores until pretty much I turned pro. And, I think when there's so much media on you, I think like, when I turned pro, it was with Victor and Colin and Justin Suh, and like Victor and Colin got off to such hot starts as I did, and then they kept on running and running, and look where they are now, and like major champions, or Victor's not, but obviously he's playing unreal and stuff, and you compare yourself, you're like not taking anything away from them, but just like, I knew I was competing with them in college and beating them, and they were beating me, and it was good competition, but I felt like I could do what they were doing. And, I remember I was 2 years younger and yada, 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 all that stuff, but, it was just hard. And then, when you had I deleted I don't have social media anymore. Like,
Seriously, good for you.
So yeah, someone from the RangeGoats, Gabe, Bubba's Caddie, he runs my social media, like my Instagram and stuff. So if anyone, if I haven't answered any DMs or anything like that, it's because I don't have it at all. But yeah, I think I saw a lot of things like that, a lot of negative comments, and when I was struggling and stuff, you get in these like feels and stuff. Like you wake up in the morning and you're like, dude, like I don't even want to like go to the golf course. You're scared to like go because you're like, I don't want to just go and then just like feel like I always had hope waking up, and then I was like, oh, maybe I'll like figure something out, and then I'll go to the course and just like not hit it the way I want, not play the way I want, and I'll just be like, there it was again. And it's just like a cycle, and self negative talk too. The worst thing ever. That's the one advice that I will give everyone. You cannot talk negatively to yourself. You have to love yourself. Like like, if you talk bad to yourself, like if you're like, hey, like, you know, you don't accomplish something and you're like, you suck, like, you know, like anything like that, it's a habit. Like it'll just keep on continuing to go and go, and you'll keep on saying the same things over and over and over again. And soon enough, it'll become second nature. You'll believe it. The way of life, like your way of life will just go completely downhill because all you'll be thinking about is like all those negative things that you're telling yourself. And you might maybe think that other people are thinking that about you, maybe because you're reading bad comments here and there and stuff. But one thing that my mom, she's a little different. She's kind of hard on me and sometimes, but she cares more than me or more about me than anyone ever. But one thing that she told me from a young age was like, no one cares like that much about you. And at first you're like, that's like what a mom would tell you that, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, but in reality, it's like, you know, they might be like, see you hit a bad shot and, you know, like tell you suck or, you know, boo or whatever. Not that a lot of fans do that, but anyways, they'll go home, like they forget all about you. Like you're in your own head. Like when you post that score, like that's the score by your name and you see it all the time. Like they see it once, they see it twice. Like they're not thinking about it. Like people don't really like constantly think about you. And that was one thing that I felt like kind of put me at ease was like, I feel like I'm a people pleaser, like kind of like I feel like I'm always just trying to be nice and, you know, just be friendly. And I don't really want confrontation. I'm not really about that. And it just kind of helped me like relax a little bit and know that like, you know, like not everyone's focused on you. Like you're the center of your world, but like you're not the center of other people's world. So, you know, chill out a little bit. And I know that's kind of like a weird, like, like, you know, like weird advice or like weird way to take it, but that's kind of how I took it. And it's kind of helped, you know, I think it's just like helped me realize I've worked with many mental coaches and stuff and I still am. And I'm constantly working on it. Like I think every single week, more than my game, I'm working on my mental side. Like I'm working on different ways to be able to like deal with bad shots and, you know, deal with bogeys or playing bad or like I still have like bad anxiety. Like when I wake up, like more on tournament weeks, like not really so much when I'm home, but like at tournament weeks, like I don't really eat in the morning. Like I try to put down as much as I can. And like, trust me, like I've tried everything, like, you know, smoothies, like eggs, like no matter what it is, like I eat grass-fed ground beef, like almost every single day for lunch. Like I'll try to eat that in the morning, like just to get like protein or like something in me. And it's like hard. Like I just like can't get stuff down. And then it's hard because when you're out there, you're like in the heat and then you like get exhausted and you're like, but it's just because I feel like my body's like so like anticipating the event, anticipating the tournament. Like you're so anxious to get out there and it just like kind of screws you up inside, you know? And then like, you know, it also, you know, at times when you're playing bad too, you're like embarrassed to go out there. Like, because you feel like everyone's watching you. Everyone's going to watch every bad shot. You post that number, you know, it's right by your name. But like I said, I think the one thing that I've learned is like, it's just not as important as, or it is important, you know, in the grand scheme of things it is, but you're the one who's putting the most importance on it. And if you can learn to kind of take a step back and, you know, just take things for what they are. So instead of, you know, trying to play perfect golf, if you miss a shot, just be like, all right, well, maybe I'll go get it up and down and stuff. And just little things like that. You know, the mental coach that I'm working with now, like we're like, in a weird way, like we're kind of just saying, fuck it. Like, obviously not, like, I'm not going out there saying like, I don't care. Like, you know, fuck it, who cares what happens? But I'm going with the mindset of like, hey, like I might, you know, I might play bad today. Like I could go shoot 78. Like, you know, that would suck, but I could do it, you know, and it's okay if I do it, you know, like it is what it is. It's a round of golf. I feel like I'm going to have a really long career. I played with Sergio this week, like in Nashville. I actually was talking to him. He turned pro the week I was born.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, I covered him. I was commentator in his group the week he turned pro, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, like, I had to give him shit
Right.
for that, right? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah, of
I mean,
course.
like he's so old, like, you know. But
Yeah.
obviously, like, he's a legend. Like, he strikes it unreal. Like, he's had such a great career. I mean, he's still competing out here. He's lost in 2 playoffs this year.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
he's a baller, you know. But it
Yeah.
was just like, it also like helped me realize I'm like, you know, maybe I might not have a 25-year career or however long he's gonna have, but I'm gonna be out here for a long time. 5 years feels like an eternity. Like even my pro career already feels so long. So if I'm gonna be out here for another 10, 15, 20 years, it's like I'm gonna play a lot of tournaments. Like I'm gonna play a lot of rounds of golf. Like you can't put too much importance on one shot, one round of golf, like one, you know, like anything. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
and that's like more of a life lesson too. Like you just can't put too much importance on like any one thing. Like you just have to keep on, you know, going, keep on like just have confidence in yourself. You know, I think it's hard because, you know, a lot of people, you know, they struggle with that, you know, self-confidence and stuff like that. But I think that was one thing when, you know, I was down in the dumps, like for sure I thought about quitting. I was like, you know, like this is just terrible. I'm not enjoying it. Like I don't want to go to the golf course. I don't want to go play golf. I don't want to go to tournaments, like blah, blah, blah. I took like 3 months off. I skipped a couple majors and stuff. I was like, I don't even want to go play. It wasn't even like it wasn't
Mhm.
something that I wanted to do and stuff. And you know, it just I don't know. It was just a time that, you know, I think my fiance Kim actually she was like telling me like or it wasn't my fiance at the time, but now she is. But anyways, my girlfriend at the time was like telling me like you just have to have confidence in yourself that no matter what you do, like if it's golf, if it's something else, like you'll just be successful. Like you just work hard, you're a hard worker, like have confidence in yourself that no matter what you do, you know, just go and do it your best and know that like that will be, you know, kind of enough and stuff. So it was kind of nice to like be able to go out there and, you know, just kind of work hard and take things for what they are. And, you know, like I said, not put too much importance on it. And um, I think the biggest thing is just learning. I see like, I think the thing that helps me the most is when I see people in my group like freak out, get mad and stuff. Like when you see it from an outside perspective, you're like, wow, like do I really look like that? You know what I mean? Like you feel like kind of like embarrassed inside. You're like, man, like that's actually what I look like. And there's definitely moments, you know, I remember flashbacks. Like, you know, there's times when I remember at like the like FedEx, and obviously I'm gonna say the story because it was GMAX. So GMAX on Live Now, and we were playing at the FedEx St. Jude in Memphis, and I was pissed on one hole. We were paired together, sorry. And I like hit a shot in the bunker on one of the holes and I hit it out, and I was like just kind of, you know, motherfucking myself, like getting all down on myself, getting pissed at myself. And like he was about to take it back and I like slammed my club in my bag and he backed off and he was like, you know, like, hey man, like, you know, I understand, but you know, try to like, you know, chill a little bit. And he said it in a respectful way. Like, you know, it was great. But it like, you know, times like that, like help you realize it's like, dude, like, you know, you gotta like relax a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. Like, you know, you can recover. It's not the end of the world and stuff. And um, you know, I think that helps you enjoy it a lot more. Like, you know, it's cool to be able to do what I do and stuff. And it sucks to be able to like go out there and, you know, not look forward to it, you know, because I know there's so many people that would take my place in a heartbeat. You know, they would give anything to do it, to do the things that I do or be able to do the things that I do. So, you know, I just I enjoy it. You know, I get to travel the world. Play with, you know, really cool people, compete against the best. And, you know, it's been fun. I'm definitely glad I joined Live. And that was actually one thing too, that joining Bubba's team, it was so awesome because he cares more about how you are, like how you act, like how you carry yourself, the man you are, than he does like your golf score. I think he knows, he has confidence in all of us that we can all play good and we're all putting in the work and doing what we need to do in order to, you know, play the best thing, you know, the best we can. And everyone's different. So we all have different routines. We all like to do different things. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's, you know, that's the most important thing. And if you do that, you know, everything will kind of take care of itself. So it's been a cool message. So I feel like that's why I've actually been able to play well this year. I've been, a little looser out there.
Thank you so much for sharing all that stuff. I know
By the
sometimes
way,
it's not
greatest
easy
answer
to
in the
talk.
history of any answers in the history of answers, by the way.
Thank you for sharing that.
You
Yeah.
covered most of the rest of our questions in that answer, by the way.
Okay, now we're done. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I know how to talk. That's one thing I know how to do. So
No, that was
yeah.
No, but
you know what
look,
was impressive to me was that was your heart. That was you. I mean, you're 25, dude. You feel like you've lived an entire existence and you're just getting started. Now, if you're 15, you're an old man, but if you're 61, you're a kid. That was some of the most heartfelt, like genuinely sincere commentary I've ever heard from a golfer, ever heard from a golfer.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm thankful that you, I know it's not an easy thing to talk about. So I am very grateful that you did that. Look, people who are out there who might be quick to judge or talk shit or whatever, anxiety has no reason, right? That's the whole thing. Like, people don't understand that unless you've been through it and unless you've actually experienced it. It's it's something that has absolutely no reason, and you can't talk yourself out of it. That's the thing people don't understand too. You can't talk yourself out of anxiety. When you're in an anxiety attack, you can't talk yourself out of it.
No,
You just
you just
can't.
gotta ride it.
You gotta ride
And
it.
it sucks. And it sucks. It's not
I
enjoyable.
know it
Yeah,
sucks,
you just
and you have
gotta.
absolutely zero control. You have you lose your physiological side too. You just like, it just almost feels like your entire world is just like tumbling,
For sure.
in life, as it happens. So, I feel you. I can totally relate to some of the stuff that you've been through personally. And so, hey, I do want to ask though, do you feel like this particular topic, it needs to be talked more in the realm of sport, or even just the realm of golf specifically?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think, what you said, I didn't really say anything. I've played with Grayson before, Grayson Murray. He was a great guy. He was a great dude. He was loud. He was loud for sure. And, a character, but, he was a great dude. And, it's terrible. Like, my prayers and blessings go out to, him and his loved ones and stuff. Like, to have anyone go through like anyone like that, it just sucks. And, it's like you ask yourself like a million questions. Like, it's like if you have anyone in your life that you feel like is struggling and stuff, you're like, like, am I there enough for them? Like, do I talk to them enough? Like, it's just like, you're always thinking about, just like in that situation, because I mean, I've struggled before. Like, I've had friends that have struggled before. Like, like I've had really like deep conversations with, with friends about, everything and stuff that, they're thinking, just you by yourself, your thoughts and stuff. And it's scary, but just like, I feel like having someone there for you, and the best thing to do is to just talk to someone. Like, like I said, I've worked with so many, sports psychologists and mental health coaches, and, just like having people there for you, like really reach out. Cause I think at times when you do struggle, like you kind of don't reach out. Like you kind of just turtle, you go into your shell, and you like, or at least sometimes that's what I do, like at least I just like, sometimes when you're freaking out or you're not feeling, when you're depressed or you're sad or anything like that, you like don't want to be around anyone, and I think there's been times in my life where like, I'm not great at reaching out to people. Like, I try to do my best, but it's hard. Like, I feel like, I'm always doing stuff, and, honestly, when I'm not doing stuff, I'm sleeping. So it's just like, it's just like, but it is one of those things that, I think talking about it is so important. And, I think there should be I think one of my best friends actually who I grew up with, I think he works for like a mental health kind of like company or stuff like that, and they go to schools and they kind of like they go to like high schools and middle schools and stuff, and I think they like pretty much like ask like, hey, would your school be interested in like, partnering with us to do like, a mental health kind of like, not like a hotline, but like, just like someone have like at the school in order for like people to talk to, like students, like anyone who needs like any sort of like mental health and stuff. And I think that like that is so important. I think so many people like don't want to go see like therapists and stuff. To be honest, like I just think like if you don't feel like you have anyone, like it's hard too, because some people like it's not even that they like the saddest thing is that there are people out there who probably want to reach out to people, but they don't have any. Like, they don't have like they might not have family, they might not have friends, like there's no one to reach out to and stuff. And I think going to see someone, like if anyone like I don't know, like I don't, is there like a negative connotation to like going to see a therapist? I feel like there kind of is. Like
No, there shouldn't
is there
be.
not? There's no,
No.
yeah. No, I agree
There-
with you, but
Yeah.
like
There absolutely
feel like
is. There absolutely is a
yeah,
negative
right?
connotation.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
is. Society absolutely frowns on that, but we're all learning the hard way.
Mhm.
There shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. Like I mean, I know like social media, there's so many great things to social media, but like I said, I deleted my social media. I think that is one of the biggest things, like seeing everything. Like you're seeing every comment about you, you're seeing every post about you. Like anyone can say anything they want about you. And like there are some people who are great at just brushing it off, being like, these people have no idea what they're talking about. I don't know them. Like, like I assume like, there's guys out like on tour that see that stuff and like they don't care, but there's other people who like when they see that, like it does affect them and stuff. And I think that is like such a big reason why people like suffer so much, is because they see all these negative things and stuff. And it's also so, like it's so hard. Like one thing that I'm learning, like golf is just so like it's so damn hard. Like it's like the hardest part. It's like I think it's the hardest sport in the world. Like no doubt hitting a baseball is so hard. Like I get it. I do. Like I understand hitting a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, 100-mile-an-hour fastball, like 78-mile-an-hour sweeping slider. Like I get it. It's really difficult. But golf, you have to be good at every single thing. Like you have to be good at driving. You have to be not only do you have to be long, but you have to be accurate. Then you have to be good at like, like long irons and like in all type of irons. And then around the greens, like short game, bunker shots, hitting out of rough, different grasses, then putting. It's like there's so many different things that you have to be good at. And if you're not good at one of those things, you're probably like gonna have a really hard time making it. And like, it's just it's one of those things that it's so hard. And it's just like take it easy. Like take it easy on yourself. Like, like it's just such a hard sport. But that's more golfers, but every sport's hard. Like the professionals, like at the level that we do it is so insane. Like we've dedicated our whole lives to it. Like every single trip that we come back from, like the first thing we're doing, like, we're either resting or we're like going to train again. We're going to work out. We're going to do like, and it's just, it's a nonstop cycle. Like no matter, even when you're off, like you're still on. You're still, I don't go to the golf course. I've never went to the golf course one time and shot like 78 or 80 or whatever, like, and played bad and been like, oh, like it's whatever. Like you're always like, oh dang, like I really need to work on my game right now. Like it's always kind of like there. And it's constant. Like you can't really turn it off. So you're always on. You're always like, thinking about ways that you can get better. And that's part of being great, but that also comes with driving yourself insane.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I really do. I really do appreciate and respect that you don't have social media, especially someone who's only 25 years old. And in the world that we live in, you have that discipline to say, you know what, fuck that, I'm not doing it. And it's huge. Not many 25-year-olds can do that. I mean, like you said, the social media world has its benefits, it has its pluses. But that is also the reason why I don't think it's a coincidence that the number of teenagers to kids to people in their early 20s and young adults are going through the anxiety, depression level is just skyrocketing at the moment. It's just to the fucking roof.
Well,
Because
wait. I gotta, from an old, this is a great, I mean, like social debate. And I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sue-Ann, because I know you were,
no, it's okay.
yeah.
All good.
It's not a new phenomenon. I'm way the fuck older than you and a shit ton older than you.
I think if you add our ages, we're still younger than you, by the way.
Ooh.
Holy
Yes,
fuck.
we are.
Whoa.
We are. We're 61 combined. And you're 60 what? You're 62?
60 fucking one.
Oh, we're the same
Right
age.
My point is, as Karen pours me another beer here, by the way, I have to text her for a beer. I'm sitting outside. There she goes. There you go. Perfect. My point is, this is not new. There's nothing about it that's new. That what is new is that we can talk about it, because when I was younger, there were a lot of adults and a lot of adolescents who went through the same emotions, who weren't allowed to talk about it, and and some of them met horrible fates, and some of them were able to overcome it. Now, what's cool about it is we get people. It's okay to talk about it. We've all dealt. I think every human being deals with anxiety and depression to the levels that cause, irreparable harm. Who knows? But what's cool about it now, and I didn't mean this, I mean, neither of us meant for this show to be a mental health show at all, because we have a lot more, we have so much to talk to you about. But what's cool about it now is that it's socially acceptable to talk about it. And the reason why it wasn't for the longest time is complete bullshit. That's what's cool.
Yeah.
That's what's cool.
Yeah.
No, I mean, as I said in I think 2 or 3 episodes ago, I said, look, like you said, is there a shame in getting a therapist? I mean, it shouldn't be.
There isn't.
No,
But when I was his age, are you kidding me? There was
I know, yeah.
Only
Ages,
therapist you went to was charged by the hour and a lot.
Yeah. No, I know. But
See?
like I said the other time, like
He
there's
got what I
absolutely
meant.
I just did. That
was great.
Anyways, all I'm saying is, look, there is absolutely no shame in asking for help. There's no shame in, and I'm sure you agree with me, Wolffie. There's no shame in asking for help. There's no shame in medication. Obviously, if you consult with a doctor, there's no shame in talking to friends. There's no shame in crying. There's no shame in vulnerability. We're all humans. I don't care what profession you do. I don't care how rich or poor you are. We're all humans, and I think we can certainly be empathetic and kinder to people, and we have that choice as human beings. It doesn't matter what you do. You have that choice as a human being to be kind.
Yes,
you actually don't have to be a dick.
you literally read my mind. You literally read my mind. Like, I was like, social media, like it is an awesome thing. Like, when you come down to it, like being able to see videos and like look into people's lives and what we're doing right now, like podcasts and stuff, like it's such an awesome thing. But it's like, spread love, like like spread happiness, spread love. Like, you don't need to be like jealous of people. You don't need to be like like hateful. Like, you can be happy for people. You can spread love, spread kindness. Like, that's what I always try to do. Like, I always just try to be nice. I always try to be respectful. Like, no matter if you're a security guard letting me into the locker room, or you're a person I'm playing with, like, I'm gonna say thank you for opening the door, or hi, how are you? Like, look people in the eye, say hi. Like, acknowledge people. You can always acknowledge people. I'm gonna get some brownie points, I guess, for Randall right now, the GM of the RangeGoats right now. Because I'm gonna bring up Convoy of Hope. It's the charity thing that we partnered with, or the donation, I guess, that we partnered with. And it's pretty much a disaster relief like fund and stuff, but they donate goats, and goats, there's so many things, like goat milk, you can make butter, like there's so many different things that you can do with a goat. And it helps like kind of restructure communities after natural disasters, like when Houston was with the flooding and stuff. And then, like Haiti or like other places in the world, like what they do is they take goats and they give them to all these communities and stuff, and it helps them, eat and survive and, sell milk and sell butter and sell all these things to get money and then to buy other things. So every single team that we beat this year in every tournament, we're going to donate, that's how many goats we'll donate. So,
Wow.
we've done okay
That's
this
awesome.
year.
Yeah.
We've had some tournaments that are good and, others that haven't been so good, but, it's cool to, to kind of partner with them and stuff. And their motto is be kind. So that's why when you said that, Sue-Ann, I was like, that was kind of like actually trippy. Like how
Wow.
it's like, how did you act? Like you said the words be kind. I was like, that's crazy. But yeah, their motto is be kind, like spread love,
That's
be
awesome.
kind. And it's cool. Yeah.
And it
Well-
doesn't cost a damn thing. That's
Mm-mm.
all I'm saying.
No,
Mm-mm.
but it's a hard lesson to learn, isn't it? It's a hard
Yeah.
lesson
It
to
is.
learn. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's a lot of cynicism out there. You thankfully have stepped away from social media. There's a lot of cynicism out there. Most of that comes from anonymous accounts who don't have the balls to actually look you in the face and say what they say on social media. And I rebel against them all the time, much to the Live Golf staff's chagrin, because I just don't. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have that. I don't have that in me to say, yeah, let them be assholes, and I don't, and whatever.
I don't get to say anything.
Yeah, I don't
get
get to
you.
say
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
No, yeah. Greg Norman's always telling me, take the high road because there's no traffic.
Huh.
Yeah, I
It's
love
hard.
the high road. I would
Yeah,
love to take the high road.
I was born in traffic, right, Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're from
Like I grew up in
California.
LA. I grew up in LA. Like I'm here.
Exactly.
It took me
Exactly.
3.5 hours to get 20 miles to go to LAX to get on a
Yeah.
flight. Like,
Well, that sounds like
Oh.
Nashville. But being
Yeah.
kind is free and it's easy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's inherent in our DNA or if it's a learned quality. I just don't know that.
Gosh, I think
You're kind to everybody.
no, I think it's a learned quality. I think it
Yeah.
is. Because like growing up, like I was always like, not like in a bad way, but like I was always like, you have to be respectful. Like you have to say please, you have to say thank you, you have to like just I think the greatest, like, or the greatest, one of oh my god, a great quote, blah blah blah, by Wayne Gretzky. Is like, you can always tell the true character of someone by how they treat like your waiter. So it's like if you go out to dinner with someone, and you say thank you when
No
he pours
question.
you a glass of water.
No
You
question.
say thank you when you order and he does stuff for you. And at the end of the day, like I also have this is like a personal pet peeve, but like when people go off at a waiter, like, oh, this is undercooked, this is this. I'm like, shut up, like shut the fuck up. Like he didn't cook it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's serving you. And also like the chef, like they're not trying to serve you bad food. It's the same thing with the caddy. Like, to be honest, like, I try to like treat everyone really well. And, in the heat of the moment, sometimes you can get a little heated here and there and stuff, but like a caddy, like they're never trying to give you a bad number. They're never trying to like give you a bad win. Like their livelihood is in your hands. So it's like treating people like that, like with such disrespect and stuff, like it's hard for me to like have respect for you. Cause I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you're so quick to just like snap at someone and stuff and, blame other people. And it's just like, it's like no
Wow.
one's
Yeah.
trying. Like I don't think anyone's like maliciously trying to like screw you over. Like it's just like
Right.
sometimes you have stuff that goes your way and sometimes you have stuff that doesn't go your way. But you can always you have the control to respond however you want to every situation. So just like chill.
It is a choice. Yeah, it is a choice.
Yeah. That
Chill.
was a mic drop, by the way. That was a mic
Yeah.
drop. That was
Everything
like a mic
about
drop
everything
moment.
about his answers tonight have been mic drops. It's they will study this podcast for eternity.
Jerry, you want to talk about the other stuff that you mentioned
The other stuff.
that you might? Yeah.
There's so much other stuff.
Before I get to my favorite section.
No,
So
you're
let
not
me
going
get-
Fairway to Love, and not till we're done. I want to talk about well, first of all, college career, amateur career, NCAA team and individual champion, all those things that you did at Oklahoma State. But the one thing I want to talk about first is I did when COVID hit in the US and they canceled the players after a round, I think it was, the first golf that was played in the entire world, professional golf that was played, was called the tailor-made driving relief challenge. And it was Matthew
Yeah.
Wolff, Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy, and Ricky Fowler. And I would have never got on this TV show except that I lived in Florida and I didn't have COVID, and it was an NBC produced show. And it was at Seminole. It was the first time I met Jimmy Dunn, who negotiated the original framework agreement with PIF.
Mhm.
But anyway, don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It was the first time I met Matthew Wolff in person. I had followed him a couple times, but never met him in person. And I said, hey, here's the deal. We're just making this shit up as we go along. We're putting on a tournament here that TaylorMade's paying for to raise money for COVID relief. And I said, and we're doing this with technology NBC Golf Channel's never used before. So I am going to be standing really close to you, talking about you. Are you okay with it? He's like, dude, you can stand in my face. I don't care. I don't care. It was like the most fun day. Looking back, you have to pinch yourself to be on the course with those 4 players. And I'm the only person out there with them other than the camera guys. It was so
That's so
fucking
cool.
cool. Yeah.
It was a special day. That was a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
And he won both of the long drive holes by a bunch.
Shocker.
Nutted it.
Shocker.
Yes. Well, it's DJ and
Shocker.
Rory, and he was 21 at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. I was young. I was rocking a Fu Man. I was rocking like a Fu Manchu mustache like that week too. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think gosh, I can't remember exactly who I talked to, but I think it was someone who had, suffered from cancer or some sort of, terrible disease. And I was like, I had a beard and I was like, I'll let you pick what I was gonna like my facial hair. And
Oh, no way.
yeah, and so they picked it. Well, I think they picked something like boring, to be honest. Like, not to be rude, but like I think it was just like, oh, it looks good. Like they didn't want to like say anything. I was like, come on, dude. And then so I told him, I was like, what about that? Like, yeah, like if you can like edit a picture of me in there or whatever, like on that day. But yeah, I had like it was kind of dirty, to be honest. It was kind of dirty. It was kind of dirty.
Do we get to pick your facial hair for Spain?
Oh, I don't know. That wasn't a tournament. I don't know. We'll see. I'll get back to you on that. I'm not really sure.
I'm just kidding with you. Don't worry about it. I'm just giving you shit. I'll make Jerry. do it.
Maybe though.
I am not shaving till Spain. I told Holly Newell, our boss, this earlier. I'm not shaving till Spain. I could never grow Wolfman shit like he does, but
that's what I'm
not
saying.
shaving till Spain.
Look, Wolf's beard looks
It's real.
really good. It's really good. Yours?
Oh,
He's
that was nice
20.
way, but that was really nice of you, sir.
That
was really nice of you, sir.
Hey,
yeah, I'm choosing to be kind. You know what I'm saying? I'm choosing to be kind.
With this shit every single fucking day of my life, Wolffie. Literally every day of my life. Her.
I mean,
yeah, you wouldn't wish it on your
like-
enemy.
you're on TV, so I mean, it can't, like, you know what I mean. You can't be that fucked up, like, you know.
Oh yeah, I can.
No, but
Oh,
he
yeah, I
shaves. He shaves. He
What was
shaves.
that?
The bosses make him shave for TV.
What was the tweet I saw? If your boyfriend shaves his facial hair, he's actually not your boyfriend.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
can I get into my segment already?
No,
My
no,
segment?
no,
Okay.
no love shit. Yeah. Your caddy,
Don't
Nick
tell him.
Heinen. He is awesome. He's one of the best caddies out
He's
there.
awesome.
He
Yeah.
believes in you more than any caddy believes in a human being. You were teammates at Oklahoma State. Tell us about your relationship with him and what makes him such a special human being.
Yeah, he's like a brother. Yeah, Nick's the boy. Yeah, I mean, I think you said it best. Like, he cares so much about me. You know, I think that's like the most important thing. You know, it's like I had a caddy right when I first turned pro for like a couple weeks, and then I had another one for like 8 weeks. And then I had like a couple in between, and then I hired Nick. So Nick's been there for, I mean, almost or pretty much my whole pro career. I didn't get the win with him, but you know, he's been there for such a long time. And going back to college, yeah, I mean, it was a little difficult, you know, like you know, he was a senior and I was a freshman and stuff. So I had Austin Eckroad, who was my roommate there. And you know, I hung out with Austin a lot, and we definitely hung out. We practiced all the time together. We would always go play together, you know, Nick and I, but and we were close, you know. I think like it was like weird because like Nick and Hayden Wood were both, they grew up together in Edmond and stuff. And Hayden is Willie Wood. He's one on the PGA Tour.
Yeah,
that's his son, Hayden. Yeah. And so anyways, they were both like seniors, and me and Eckert were both freshmen. And it was like I would always used to call like Nick dad, and Eckert used to call Hayden dad, because like they were like the upperclassmen and stuff.
Oh,
So,
wow.
you know, we definitely spent a lot of time together and stuff, like, but it was funny because Nick would always get in trouble on the team, and like he would always get blamed for anything. So anytime like me or Ekro would do anything wrong, like if we like, you know, showed up to workouts, like maybe a little hungover, or, you know, just like anything like that, like it was always like straight to Nick, like, what did you do? Like, like you were the bad influence. Like you brought them out. Like you got them fucked up. Like, what did you do? And
my
so
role.
Nick, no, so Nick was literally like he was the bad guy. Like, you know, in college, like, you know, the coaches really liked him. Like, obviously, like, you know, he still talks to the coaches and stuff. Like, it was a great relationship or whatever. But anyways, yeah. So like Nick was always the bad guy. So our punishment in college was 300 floors on the Stairmaster.
What?
Like straight. Like you could if you gone off, you had like you were done. And that was like before the workout too. So like what would happen is like we had 6:30 a.m. workouts or like 7 a.m. workouts or whatever. So like you would be there like, okay, get there at 5:30 and sit on the Stairmaster 300 floors, and then you do your workout. And that was for like any punishment. So like if you showed up late, like to a workout, if you showed up late to a flight, if you showed up late to a practice, like a meeting, if they hear you didn't go to class, like anything, like snap a club, anything. So Nick had a lot. At one point, I'm almost positive Nick had like just endless. Like it was more just like, hey, like you're showing up every single day before workouts until I let you know you're not, like you don't need to show up anymore to do like a Stairmaster. But
I'm gonna just walk past him on the driving range in
He's
Spain.
such a good kid.
Stairmaster.
Such a good kid.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And he's extremely shy. He's a
He
very
is.
shy
Nick is
guy.
awesome.
It's hard to get him out of his shell. Like it really is. Like he's such a quiet kid, but I think he's so like he's just like very like he like thinks things through. Like I don't think he's not someone who just like sit like he always thinks before he talks. Whereas me, I'm the exact opposite. I
not maybe a little.
like I'm telling you, like it just words just come out. But yeah,
God.
so he's a quiet dude, but more than anything, he cares so much. And I think we played in college together. We worked out together. We definitely, there was times where, we would just go, practice together at Karsten or wherever. And he ended up turning pro, like, I think at like the end of our freshman year. But our lineup was like pretty much already set, and he was a really good player, but he just didn't make the, the top 5 or whatever. So he ended up turning pro, spent a couple years playing like the Corn Ferry Tour or whatever. But yeah, he was like kind of just, looking for starts or still playing and stuff. And that's when I was kind of going through like a little bit of a hard time with the Caddie. And it was, again, I think when the whole mental health thing was happening, like I was starting to get really stressful, and I just kind of wanted someone that I felt comfortable with out there, someone that I could talk to and, just kind of have a friend out there, but still someone that really knows the game. And I actually had Hayden at first.
Oh, really?
Caddie for me. Yeah. At Riviera, it was the Genesis when I don't know if it was the Genesis back then, but
Sponsor
I think it
doesn't
might have
matter.
still been.
That's
yeah.
That's them.
Riviera.
That's them. Yeah, that's them.
Riviera.
Live Riviera. That has to happen.
Yeah, that does have to happen. That would be unreal.
That would
God,
be so cool.
That course is good. That course is
And that,
good. But
and with the music, yeah, that'd be cool. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, so anyway, so Heinen, and then but he still wants to play. He's still trying to play. So yeah, but anyways, I called up Nick and I was like, yo, would you be willing to do this? And it was cool. You know, I think I think his first week was like maybe the Honda Classic, which was, you know, he was like, it's a terrible first week because those greens, it's like such a hard golf course, like the wind, the bear trap, like all that stuff. Like it was hard. So, but anyways, yeah, like it was just really awesome to have him out there. And more than anything, you know, we've been through a lot. Like, you know, I've been through some really dark, you know, some down in the dump times, like, you know, crying in the shower, waking up, like not wanting to go golf, like, you know, and he always was just trying to be supportive. Like he's never once ever, you know, like acted like he was tired of me complaining, which I know he is. So thanks for being chill and not like saying anything, but no, he's good. Like I think he was also like he was a huge rager. Like when he played, like he raged harder than anyone, which is funny because you think he's so quiet.
A rager,
No,
you mean a club throwing psychomaniac.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was me. That was totally me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So that's why he, like when I rage, like he actually kind of likes it, you know. At some point it gets to, you know, like he's like, you know, you can't let it linger and stuff, and that's, you know, what I've been working on and stuff. But yeah, like he,
By the
you
way,
know,
when they had
he loves it. He loves it.
When they had the Caddie tournament in Jeddah last year, I watched Nick play, and holy shit, can he hit a golf ball?
Yeah, no.
Oh my God.
You know, that's kind of the hard part sometimes, because that's, I think, almost why I feel so embarrassed, because I'm legit like, when I play like shit, I'm like, my caddy could fucking beat me right now. Like I know he could. Like I know, like Nick's coming. Like I promise you, like when I play bad, like I'm just like sitting there, like being like, Nick like would literally hit this like stinger cut driver out there, and he rips it too. Like he does. Like he has more speed.
Tiny.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean that wasn't. He's not gonna like that.
He's not. I'm not saying he's tiny, like small, but
you should have seen him in college. No, I get what you're saying. He's lean.
Yeah, no. I don't get what you're saying. You don't call a guy tiny no matter what, unless he's a fucking jockey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, Nick.
But I'm telling you, he's lean, but I think he's trying to bulk up again. But in college, he wasn't. If he was
he jacked?
He was jacked, bro. I mean, ripped. He was benching like he was putting up like, I might be blowing smoke. Like I want to say like 120s, like dumbbell, like 120, like dumbbell bench, like maybe 110. But like he was like in college, like he was a maniac. He would wake up and eat like 6 like hard boiled eggs before like workouts, like just like pound protein. He was lifting every single day. Like, no, I promise you, he was massive. He had more speed than anyone. Like 135 club, 135 club head speed probably. Like he probably had like mid 190s ball speed. Yeah.
135.
Yeah. Maybe 130. Like he definitely could swing at 130.
Okay,
like
can you put it in
college?
Okay.
In
can we
college.
put it in perspective? What's your swing speed right now?
I swing it anywhere from like 125 to 130. Like I could probably get up to like 130, like on the golf course, or if I'm really going at it. But like usually like 125, 128.
130 is 195.
130 is ridiculous.
195 to 200 ball speed, right?
Ball speed.
Yeah.
I
might be like kind of. And this was like at his like peak, like when he was in college playing every day, like working out a lot. Like obviously not now, but even now, like he's got a lot of speed. Yeah, I know. In that caddy tournament in Jeddah, like everyone was coming up to me like, "Oh, like your boy can play." I'm like hitting a snap hook on the range. Like, yeah, I fucking know. Okay, dude. Like, I'm trying to play right now. but
listen,
it was good. It was good. Go on.
We don't want to hold you up for
no.
longer.
We've
taken way much.
First of all, I think you're one of the most underappreciated and underappreciated and awesome people in golf.
Yeah.
And that's just an old guy saying that to a young guy who happened to have lived through the life that you lived without the success you lived. but it's time.
You're also not as good looking as him, just saying.
Well, did you see the pictures of me in Vegas at 25
Sheesh.
years old? For fuck's sake.
I really
Come
rather
on.
not.
And I guess he was and he was wearing the same shirt when he was
Same.
25.
Yes.
It was a different material back then.
By the way, you know what he wore to the pub crawl? He wore jorts. He wore
Oh, hey,
jorts.
hey, you know, actually, there's one David Puja's caddy, Alberto Sanchez.
Alberto.
Awesome. Sanchez.
He's got a pair of jorts, and I was like,
Yeah,
you
but
know
the
what?
difference is Alberto can carry it and Jerry
I've-
can't.
I've
There's a
rocked the
very
town.
distinct.
These were designer
Yeah.
jorts from Temu that cost like $3, and they were fucking phenomenal. They were fucking phenomenal. No, I have them. I'll go put them on. They're right inside that fucking door.
No, thank you. No one needs to see it. Thank you very much.
You're right. Nobody needs to see that. Before she gets to the all night love line, I just wanted to say thanks.
I'm not going to the all
Yeah,
night
you
love
are.
line.
No,
You totally
let's
are.
hear it. Yeah, let's
You're
hear
going.
it.
You're
Yeah,
going
I'm-
down the love line.
You've been
No,
trying to do this the entire time, so I'm
Yes,
kind of
because-
now I'm
You know
kind of
what? I'm
interested,
gonna-
to be honest.
I'm gonna save you the not the embarrassment, but the storytelling of your love life. But I do want to, you talked
Why?
about all these people that are so.
No. We want the
Okay,
whole shit.
all right, I'll go.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go
Are
into
you
it.
kidding?
I'll go into it. Okay.
We have the guy
I'll go
who can talk, who can tell us everything.
Yeah,
I'll go. Okay, I'll go.
And
I'll
isn't
go.
shy about it.
Shut up and let me get to it already. Okay, so you talk about all these people who are so influential in your life and who's played such a big role. I'm sure your fiance Kim is one of them. You guys recently got engaged. Congratulations. So this leads me to Fairway to Love. This is a segment where I ask you to spill the beans on how you guys met, who talked to who first, who had game, how did it all come together, and how did you propose, man? Like
yeah.
look at how red he is, by the way.
So she reached out to me. She made the
What?
first move.
No
She made the first
way!
move. Yeah,
No
she made
way.
the
I
first
want
move.
her.
She
I will
did.
talk
She
to Kim the
did.
next time I see her to just
Explain
Verify that.
how that happened.
So we had mutual friends. So I had a couple friends in college. I actually joined at Phi Gamma Delta, so I was a Fiji in college. I tried to do as much as of the extracurricular stuff that I could and stuff, but I was like, guys, like I can't let it affect golf and practice and can't be tired. So but anyways, I got to know the guys pretty well, and they did a thing she was in Zeta at Oklahoma State. And they did it was called Follies, where like they dance or whatever. So I ended up meeting this guy named John Freeman, who she was like a partner with for their dance presentation or whatever for their for the fraternity sorority. And so that was like the beginning of freshman year where they did that. And then I just became friends with John, and they just stayed in touch and always were just friends, and always caught up with each other or whatever. And end of sophomore year comes around. I'm about to leave school, and I post a picture. This is when I did have social media. It was on Snapchat, and I don't even know how I had her on Snapchat, to be honest. Like, I don't know when I added her. I don't know when she added me. It was kind of weird, but yeah, I had her on Snapchat, and I posted something. I think we were in Cabo for the Cabo Collegiate in college. We were at El Dorado, I think, and we were right on the beach. I posted a picture of the water. She hit me with the hard eyes for the view of the water, and I was like, "What?" I was like, I've never once. I don't even I was confused. I didn't even know who it was at first, and then I was like, "Wait, I feel like I know who this is."
Educate those listeners and viewers of a generation who doesn't know what the fucking hard eyes are.
Oh, like the emoji.
The emoji.
Like the emoji with the heart. You're a young 61-year-old, huh? You know how to use a computer.
No, I didn't do that. I have this computer's used for this podcast and this podcast only. I have no idea how to change it. So
Oh,
it's
dude,
an
that was
emoji
fucking
that
great.
says,
That-
that says
No, it just
what?
has it just had
What
no,
are
it
the
literally
hard eyes?
it's just like a face. It's like an
I know,
animated
yeah,
face
yeah. Yeah,
with
but
hard eyes.
what's it mean? What's the connotation?
It
Like
means
it's
like
beautiful,
yeah,
or
like it's just a
like
beautiful view. Like it's just a
Okay,
way
okay, all right,
to get her to like to to talk to me. Like,
okay,
because
okay. So,
oof.
okay,
this is
continue on.
embarrassing.
You know what I will say though, you gotta have respect for the older generation because they couldn't do
Fuck.
that. Like they had to go out and they had to go to a bar or go to like meet people. They had to go face to face. They had to get rejected a bunch. Like,
Well, some
I'm not
did.
just
Trust me,
talking about
Jerry. No,
you.
trust me, Jerry got rejected a bunch.
Listen, I met my first wife, Jane, in a bar, and I met my current significant other in a bar, and I hit on
There you
one,
go.
the other hit on me. Anyway, go back to the
Yeah.
hard
So,
eyes,
anyways, hard
Snapchat,
eyes. So
MySpace
I
thing.
yeah. So I ended up. I was just like, oh, like hey, like I don't know the exact dialogue, but it was pretty much like, hey, how are you? All this stuff, and um, anyways, I didn't know, but John ended up. They were like talking about whatever she was dealing with boy drama or whatever, and she was like, ah, they all suck, blah blah blah, all this stuff, and I don't know. That's the story. That's the story she told me. I always gave her a hard time. I'm like, you were probably Snapchatting like 5 or 6 guys as we started talking, but she said she didn't. She said she didn't. But anyways, yeah. So they were friends, and I think John kind of put my name without even me knowing, to be honest. Like, kind of just put my name in the hat and was like, there's this guy who I actually think that you would get along with. Like, he's a really cool dude, and whatever. And so then I think she reached out to me and then we kind of started talking or whatever. And I was like, hey, I'm going to get back from Cabo. Do you want to hang out? I think I have like a week back before I go to my next tournament. And so she was like, yeah. Day I get back, I have like a sunspot on my lip. And I have to get it out. Like, so I go to the dermatologist, I think. Or no.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
dermatologist. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they scoop it out and stitch me up. There's like these stitches in my lip. I pick her up and I'm like, hey, like just like black stitches in my lip. I'm like, hey, sorry, like, but I had to get this spot removed or whatever. They go, I haven't eaten all day. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, can we go get smoothies? Because I couldn't eat anything because I had stitches in my lip. So I take her to get smoothies and I bring her back to my house with like all my roommates and stuff, and we're kind of just hanging. To be honest, I didn't really. I like to say I'm like a pretty respectful dude. Like I don't like to like make moves and stuff. So to be honest, the first time we hung out, I just we just kind of brought over to the house, and my roommates were kind of there, and we were just kind of all talking and chilling, and we talked a little bit in the car, and as I dropped her back off at her dorm and stuff, but there wasn't much. And then it was really cool though. I was excited to talk to her and stuff. And I had talked to, a few girls here and there and stuff, but I had a girlfriend in like 6th grade and 7th grade for like a week and then like 2 weeks or something like that. So I actually never had a girlfriend before Kim. I just like never like actually like even in high school, none in college, like none that actually was like, this is my girlfriend. I mean, I guess you can the 6th and 7th grade, but those didn't really count. So yeah, so it was like it was definitely like a weird, a different feeling. Like I never really had it with anyone else. Like I was like excited to talk to her and just like interested in what she was doing and stuff. So we continued to hang out, and it was weird though because I knew I was gonna leave school, so I didn't really know where it was gonna go, to be honest. Like I was like, like, hey, I really do actually really like you. Like I kind of want to give this a shot, but I legit, like I had already like kind of like set up in Florida. Like I was like, I know I'm going to move there. I know I'm going to move to Jupiter. I know I'm going to turn pro. Like these are the starts that I'm getting. Like I had everything planned out. And then like she came in and then I was like, well, at first I was like, I think I'm just going to kind of turn pro and, let bygones be bygones and kind of just go from there. But like I said, never had a girlfriend really, like anyone seriously that I actually enjoyed talking to and stuff. And one of the best things that one of my favorite things about her was she knew nothing about golf, like absolutely nothing. Like she she's the most supportive person in the entire world. I mean, she loves me more than anything, and she would do anything for me. But like, she just didn't know anything about golf, and she literally looked up like YouTube videos, like what is golf, and like she asked like what my handicap was, like, you know, like she was like, "What's your handicap?" And I was like, "Oh, you know, I don't really have one." You know, and just like those were kind of the weird conversations, but and then like she was like, ask me a golf question. So like I asked her a question. She's like, actually, more like the rules of golf. And I was like, what? She goes, I know what to do if you hit it in like a water hazard. And I was like, what videos are you watching? Like she
Wow.
like she was like studying. She thought that I wanted to like her to know about golf and stuff, but she's obviously picked it up over the years and stuff. And now she's like, you know, knows exactly what's going on. But yeah, like she didn't really know anything, and I thought I was just gonna kind of turn pro, and I never had anyone that I cared that much about. So I was just like, let's give it a shot. And the first year and a half of our relationship was long distance. We were pretty much just like every couple months seeing each other. In between tournaments, I'd go back to Stillwater where she was finishing up school. And then sometimes when she had breaks and stuff, she would come out to Jupiter and spend some time with me and stuff. But it was pretty hard. But I also feel like that's why it was so like, it worked so well. You know, even to this day, like it's just been so smooth. Like I really like, I've never had like not even a problem. Like, I mean, not that like I would have a problem with her, but like together, like we've never had a problem with each other. You know, I think that we understand each other so well, we communicate so well, and you know, we just get it. We're so like, you know, we care so much about the other person that, you know, some of the stuff that might bother you about someone probably doesn't. And then more than anything, we're just so supportive of each other. Like, you know, I'm saying I'm not, you know, I'm not great about social media, but she actually has gotten kind of a following doing like makeup and skincare and stuff. And it's like a whole business. Like she's like does videos. She started to do cooking videos. She's like an amazing cook too. Like I lucked out. Like grandma is like straight from Italy. I lucked out. Like there's no
That's
way.
awesome.
I might be in fine shape right now, but I promise you, by the time my career is over, it's gonna be a whole different story.
Can
That
I
is so
can I
cool.
can I summarize from my generation for my generation
Yeah.
watching? Okay, so you're a good-looking kid. You've always been a good-looking kid. You had a girlfriend in 5th and 6th grade. That means that you sat next to them in home class. You went to
Yeah.
Oklahoma State, where there are a lot of attractive females, and you didn't have a girlfriend. A little worrisome. And then on something called Snapchat, whatever the fuck Snapchat is, you meet a girl and she gives you hard eyes, whatever that is, on a picture, and now she's your fiance. Is that a good summary?
Did I get played?
No, not at all. Not at all. You didn't get played at all.
I think on our third time we hung out, I walked her out to her car and and I like she kissed me. Like she initiated, yeah,
Oh,
she
that's
kissed
awesome.
me as
That's
well.
awesome.
So
That's awesome.
like I said, I'm more of a
Listen, you unlike Jerry, you are a true gentleman. From a woman's perspective, unlike him asking such non-classy, all these non-classy, stupid questions that he's asking you. What I gathered out of that was that you are a true gentleman. Like you know, didn't take advantage of anybody, didn't take advantage of the fact that you're one of the top athletes in your school. You walked her back to her dorm, you took her back to her dorm, you didn't try and do anything funny. You respected her, you still respect her till today, and I think that's really cool.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
fuck what anyone
Thank
else is
you.
saying.
oh.
Thank you.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
respect that. From a woman's perspective, I think that is so incredibly rare, especially people your age. And I'm saying your age because believe it or not, when we were about to get on to interview, I'm like, fuck, he's 11 years younger than me? You gotta be kidding me. Like, no freaking way. He's 11 years younger than me.
I will say a lot of people like before I like even my pro-am in Nashville, like Chris Lane and all them, like I told them I was 25 like halfway through our round and they were like, no way. And I don't even mean that. Like I feel young. Like everyone like, I'm not the youngest anymore, but like for the longest time, I was the youngest. So everyone called me a kid. I'm used to it. Like, I'm used to everyone like being like, you're young, you're young, you're young. So I do feel young. Like I am young, but
You are young.
I do carry myself well. Like, I think I also think it's the beard. I think that does help with looking older. But yeah, like I am really young. You know, I've still got a lot to learn and stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so cool that at your age, going to a college like OSU and being one of the top athletes, for you to do what you did in such a respectful, gentlemanly manner, kudos to you for that. I'll tip my
Thank you.
hat,
Aw.
because there are not
Thank
many
you.
guys your age in that position that would do that. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
No, I appreciate it. I think that's one of the things I'm actually most proud of myself. Like, the golf things are all great. You know, I think that's like, you know, that's for me and it's for like my family and for my fans. And, you know, it is for everyone. But I think like there are things that, you know, internally, like that no one else knows that you're proud of yourself for. And like, that is, you know, a few things like, you know, just like how I treat Kim and the respect that I have for her. And like, I just like, I really think the world of her. And like, I just, the respect for everyone, you know, I think my mom, like the one thing that, not the one thing, but she also taught me like, you know, like have respect for people and treat people nicely, like until they give you a reason not to. And that doesn't mean you have to be rude to them after they give you a reason not to. You just have to get them out of your life, really. Like, you know, you just be like, I don't even want anything to do with you. But yeah, like, you know, just, I was never like that. Like, I was never I like to have a great time, but you know, I feel like I'm just really respectful. Like, you know, I would never do anything or push any boundaries that people didn't want to be pushed. You know, I try to, you know, make jokes and, you know, take like gentle stabs here and there, you know, but it's all in good fun and good humor. And, you know, I never try to push it too far and stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, I enjoy people. I like being around people, and I, you know, try to just have a good time and have fun and, you know, take things lightly and stuff. So no, it's been good. But yeah, she's great.
Where's she from?
Okay,
Where's
nice.
Where's Kim from?
She's from Philly originally, actually.
wow.
Yeah,
Italian
she's from
from
Philly,
Philly.
but
Philly?
No,
California.
Italian from Philly. You
oh,
said,
Italian from Philly. Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
think you said I'm from Philly. I'm like, what?
no. Fuck no.
Yeah.
yeah. No, she's from Philly. So
That's awesome.
she moved around a bunch when she was younger though, like in the Northeast area, like Chicago, Philly, like a couple places in Pennsylvania and stuff.
Mhm.
But she grew up, or the reason she got out to Oklahoma State was she moved to Fort Worth when she was like probably like 9, 10, something like that, I think, like maybe 6th, 7th grade. And then she grew up, her family loved Fort Worth, so she stayed there, and then that's how she grew up and went to Oklahoma State, and then we met. So that's
Cool
kind
story.
of how it happened. So
That's
hard
that's
eyes.
a great story.
Hard eyes.
Yeah.
Hard eyes.
Whatever
Hard
the
eyes,
fuck hard eyes
yeah.
are. Hard eyes.
Oh yeah, we actually, that's a cool thing too. We got engaged at the W in Philadelphia. I did it because it was a really nice place, and I thought like W for like Wolff too, like that was kind of like a catchy thing. But yeah, so I rented out like a rooftop balcony up there. I had like a photographer that was just acting like another guy standing out. It was freezing, by the way. It was like 6 degrees outside, blowing like 30. Like it felt like it was like -5 outside. And we were on a rooftop overlooking the city. And then right across the street, there's I think it's like a Del Frisco steakhouse, but it's in an old bank. So I like rented out one of the rooms in the back and had like all of her family waiting for us. But she was pissed. Like I was trying to like get her to do it. And because like she was trying to spend some time with her dad and stuff because she hadn't seen her dad in a little bit. So, and I was like, no, we just got to make this one stop here. And she's like, no, I don't want to go there. And I'm like, no, like, please, like, let's just go. And she's like, no, I want to go spend time with my dad. Like, can my dad come? And I'm like, no, like he can't come. Like, just please. Like I was making it up like, hey, like one of my buddies, like I have a friend who knows the owner of this hotel or whatever. Like, please come in, and like he wants to show us this like spot. And so she was like, no, I don't want to go. And I'm like, fine, whatever. Let's just call it all off. No, I'm just kidding. but yeah, that's how it happened. And then here we are.
That's so cool.
Will you-
Congratulations. And the
will you-
photos are amazing, by the way.
So,
Thank you.
Well, those photos have to make the somehow in the podcast. I haven't seen them. So
Funny socials
They're cool.
that-
Yeah.
Randall's doing.
how long ago was it?
pretty much. Well, we got
That's
engaged
true.
actually. We got engaged December of 2022, I think. Yeah, but but we took the pictures like a month ago.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so that's why
Okay.
everyone's confused. Yeah, so everyone's like, "Oh, you just got engaged." I'm like, "Well, no, we're just really behind on everything. Like literally everything. We're still like way behind on planning the wedding." So I've got a lot of work. You know, Kim's got a lot of work to do.
I'm glad you rephrased that.
Yeah, Kim's got
Anyways,
a lot of work
Wolffie,
to do.
hey, listen, all your answers were all, as I said, just mic drop moments. Thank you so much for being so transparent with us and sharing all those things that you shared with us and really digging deep with us on this podcast. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Even the guys behind the scenes who are listening to it right now appreciate it. And hopefully, this will impact people's lives the way you want it to. So thank you for your time. We appreciate you so much. Please say hi to Kim for us. And we're really looking forward to seeing you in Spain. Enjoy the next couple of weeks being home. And yeah, we'll see you in Valderrama.
Valderrama. Yeah,
You gotta
thank you.
say it. You
Thank
gotta
you.
say it with an accent,
I know,
Valderrama.
I thank you guys for having me. This was a bunch of fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to talk about a lot of cool things and cool subjects and you know, it's
We
awesome. It's
appreciate you,
awesome.
man.
Yeah,
We
You
no
do.
doubt.
you're one of the most undervalued people in golf. You not be
Yes.
you just are a pure soul, and we appreciate that very much.
Thank you. Thank you. You
Yeah.
guys are the best. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks
Thank
for
you
having
so
me.
much.
You guys
Thanks,
travel
Wolffie.
safe.
Thank you.
Cheers, Matthew.
See you,
See you
Maddie.
guys in Spain. Wolffie.
See ya.
Wolffie.
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 I texted the only
Anyway.
time I looked at my phone, I texted the group chat that the guy could be the human Truman Show. You could put a camera on him the rest of his life, and people would tune in by the
Good.
billions.
He could. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was awesome. He is literally
You asked
he
one question and he talked for a half hour.
I love it.
It was the best
I love it.
fucking 30 minutes of this podcast existence.
And so so insightful too,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
really a nice look into who he is as a person and really like the transparency and the vulnerability and the all of it. And I like that's why I said to him at the end, I really do appreciate what he's shared because it is so valuable. And not many people know that about Wolffie. He is literally one of the nicest human beings. He's such a great kid. Dom and I get to talk to him, on the range, and we always, every time we leave talking to Wolffie, we go, that kid is literally one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet. Just he is. He is. And if that doesn't give you a glimpse into who he is as a person, then I don't know what's wrong with you, honestly.
No. That was profound right there. And you're right. And you're absolutely, my dog's waving at me through the window. You're with Karen's help. You're absolutely right. I honestly think that the guy burst onto the scene at 19 years old. He goes out, he wins the NCAA individual. The next year his team wins. Next year his team wins. He turns pro quickly. He wins the 3M and whatever, his sixth start on the PGA Tour. And then the world's going, in dramatic style, he did something crazy like eagled last hole on the par 5. And then the world goes crazy, and then it didn't continue on that path. It did for a while. It didn't totally continue on path. And then all of a sudden COVID hits and the whole world stops. And now we have him and we live. I say we live. We have him, and I just don't know if the golf fans and the golf media I know doesn't, but the golf fans really appreciate what a good human being he is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm so glad we got to talk to him and spend time with him because that's what this is all about, is for people to get to know these guys. And so, anyways, That was really fun. Thank you so much for tuning in to all of that. For whoever's listening, really appreciate you choosing us. If you love this podcast, please do subscribe to us on the Live Golf YouTube page. We're back on there, but we do have our very own social channels. My son is here now.
KC! Yay!
Anyways, we do have our very own social channels at FDH_Live Golfer on TikTok, Instagram, as well as the X. There you go. That's what I was missing. And you can find us wherever you get your podcast, whether it's Spotify, Apple. Do share it with your friends. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm really looking forward to next week's episode, even though I don't know who it is yet.
Heart eyes for you.
What?
Heart eyes. Heart eyes. Whatever they
Heart
are.
eyes.
I have no idea.
Okay, Casey, can you say bye-bye for mommy? Say see you soon. Say see you soon.